Alright, in order to solve this equation, we're going to have to factor first. And so when we factor, we want to know what number times what number is going to give us x squared, what number times what number is going to give us negative 12. And so one way we can do that is we draw this x, and then we take this term here, the negative 12, put it on top, and we take the 4, put it on the bottom, and what we want to find is we want to find two numbers that multiply to negative 12 but add to 4. And so when you think of the numbers that multiply to 12, we have 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, then we repeat 4 and 3, 6 and 2, 12 and 1. So what numbers, which pair of these numbers can give us 4? Well, we can use 2 and 6. And since our numbers are going to multiply to negative 12, one of these has to be negative. Since they have to add to 4, we're going to make the 2 negative. So negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. Negative 2 plus 6 is positive 4. And so we're going to take those answers, the negative 2, the positive 6, and so we have x minus 2, x plus 6. So this factors to this. X times x is x squared, x times 6 is 6x, minus 2x, minus 12, it combines to this. But since this is a solving equations, now we have to break this apart. X minus 2 equals 0, x plus 6 equals 0. So now we solve this. We add 2 to both sides. And so we get x equals 2. Solve the other one. And x equals negative 6. So we have two answers for this. To solve the next one, what we're going to have to do is, it has a couple extra steps. So in this one, when I wrote the negative 12, it was just the negative 12. But it was actually 1 times negative 12 gives us negative 12. So since this has a number in front, I have to go 2 times negative 15 and get negative 30. And then I put the middle on the bottom. And so we're doing the same thing. What numbers multiply to negative 30 but add to 7? So if you don't know, you just start writing the factors. And then it would repeat 15 and 2. And so you can see that 3 and 10 can make 7. Now one of them is going to have to be negative, and so we want it to be a positive 7 when we add, so we'll make it negative 3. Now this one has an extra step because this number in front was not a 1. And so what we do is we take that 2 now and we put it underneath like a fraction, and then we're going to treat it like a fraction and reduce it. So can negative 3 halves be reduced? No. Can 10 over 2 be reduced? And that's yes, so that would becomes 5 over 1. And so now what we do is we're going to take this bottom number and put it in front, so 2x, and this top number, the negative 3, goes after it, minus 3. Same thing, this bottom number will be 1x, and then the top number plus 5. So 2x times x is 2x squared, and negative 3 times 5 gives us a negative 15. Alright, so now all we have to do is set these two things equal to 0. 2x minus 3 equals 0. X plus 5 equals 0. We solve it, so we're going to add 3 to both sides. end up with 2x equals 3. Divide both sides by 2. So we get x equals 3/2. And here on this one, all we need to do is minus 5 from both sides. So we end up with x equals -5. So we have two answers: 3/2, 3/2, and -5.